Welcome to another episode of the Angels Positivity and Love Show. Incredible guests the world over with amazing insights, experiences, and really high vibes to share with all of us. Welcoming back an amazing guest today. She's been on a bunch before, our Mind, Body, Spirit panels, and just previous episodes of the APL show. She's coming to us from California, Santa Monica. If it's about awakening your intuition, fine-tuning it, getting in touch with your soul, the cosmos, and your life's purpose, that's what she's all about. She's an author, whether it's Akashic Records, angels, loving beings, and guides. She's your ambassador for getting out of what you know, getting out of your comfort zone, and getting into more fun, more exploration, more living your life daily. Have your cake and eat it too. It's Susann Taylor Shier. Welcome back, Susan. Great to see you.
Thank you. Great to be with you, Michael. I'm ready to have everyone have cake and eat it too.
Well, it's always a treat to have you back on.
Oh, thank you.
There's a lot of complexity in the world right now. I think that's always been the case, and that's the sort of statement that a host like myself would always make. Um, but with ballistic missiles, technology, and everything else going on, how do we make light of it? And I mean that literally and a little farcically.
Yeah, good,
Yeah.
good.
How do we turn lemons into lemonade?
Okay. That's one of my favorite phrases is turning lemonades into lemons into lemonades for sure. Um, so a couple of things, like you said, this has been going on forever. We're just aware of it now, right? We're just aware of it. I listen to a few historians and they just laugh at the fact that, yeah, this is it. It's just gotten bigger and more obnoxious, so to speak, so that we can see it. So we can see how the burden we've been living under, the bushel we've been living under, the, um, the, uh, the just oppression, that's the word I want, the oppression we've been living under as we keep feeling like, please help me out, please help me out, please help me out, whether it was a religion, a way of looking at the world, a belief system, anything along the way has always been, please help me out of this mess. I'm disconnected from spirit. So is everyone around me. We're going to go ancient. Everyone around me is disconnected from spirit. Who's going to show up that's going to help me crawl back up again? And so people have developed religions, ideologies, systems, cultures, the ones that are like, well, we can take advantage of her and we're going to help her because she needs us, right? That's just been the story since day one. And the any of our what I call collective wounds of separation, which we all have individual wound of separation to parts of us. Our soul is still intact, our connection to spirit is still intact, but big bunches of us, parts of us have been disconnected. And then there was the time that there was the collective disconnection, right? The fall, whatever you call it. When that happened, and I'm doing a little history lesson because this is really fun. Okay. It's a fun way to look at it. When collectively, because people ask me all the time, well, how do I make sense of this? What do I do with this? And instead of getting mirrored in the what's going on now, it's like, so imagine if there's a collective group of people, the first, um, not anyway, the first souls just to impregnate Earth as a human consciousness came along and they let go of connection. And they said, wow, well, we're just disconnected now. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And they started vying for position, right? They were like, well, who's going to be the one that's going to lead me? Who's going to do this? Vying for position. And that's the misuse of power that we're seeing coming to focus. Everybody was always dog eat dog, who's going to lead us? So when we started coming as advanced souls, which everybody who's listening right now is, we got caught in that. Everyone did. That's why we talk about Atlantis and Lemuria falling and all of that, because we didn't know how to handle the way the human world had become, which was so survival oriented. So now this survival war mentality, who's in charge, who's not in charge, has come up. And we have to see it as it's not just their fault, right? It's because we love that word these days, capitulated. It's a new word in the dictionary almost, you know, said, oh, you're going to take care of us? Okay, we'll let you. So that's the justified victim thing. So all of that has to go. We all have to go, wow, I played my part. We can blame them, but we have to go, wow, I played my part. And I'm not going to do that any longer. All right, so that's plan B. How do we make lemonade out of lemons in the big stirring pot of things? First, we recognize our part in it and that we have to get connected. That's what's going to change it. Then the power source comes down. It's the emperor has no clothes, which we're starting to see. The emperor has no clothes. It's brilliant. And the wizard is not the powerful wizard of Oz. Done. And we start going, wow, that is all. Remember Harry Potter? I probably have used this before because I love it. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So when you see something going on in the news, yes, it's painful at one level. At another level, you go, now that's ridiculous. From the cosmic standpoint, from the place of galactic knowing, that that's ridiculous behavior. It's just that's how you make light of it. You go, wow. And then you remember these are all little things you can sort of hold on to in your consciousness. Vampires do not exist in light, right? Vampires can't exist in light. So if you keep it light and you go, now that move, that was ridiculous. Now that's ridiculous. You really think that's going to take us anywhere? No, that's not going to work. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. And then you start holding your light and saying, it's the power of light that's going to change all of this. And with how many billion people on the planet, everybody, almost everybody on the planet, at one moment in time, every day, does something kind, thoughtful, or considerate. Just a teeny bit, which which will which is generating tons more light than these little pockets of dark that are ridiculous.
And I put up a post today on Facebook that was something to that effect, and I
Ooh,
wasn't prepared to share it, so it's going to take an extra 10 seconds here to find it.
that's okay. That gives people a chance to go, let me think about this. What did she just say about vampires don't do light and ridiculous? Yeah. Okay,
And
now
it
they've
it's
taken it in.
and I'm borrowing from Mary. I didn't quote her at the beginning of the post, so none of this is really me. Love is in everything. Open your eyes to find love. That part she said, or Angel said 10 years ago. Love is in everything. Open your eyes to find love. Smiling together, breathing together, all of us. This is peace on earth. It is already here. We forget that's part of being human, lost in thought, but remembering that is the opportunity. That is the sacred. So, talk to us about the next part of this, how there's nothing to gain and nothing to lose. We get to move past seeing the negative finally. What does any of that mean? Could you put that into context? There's nothing to lose, nothing to gain, move past seeing the negative. Susan, what say you?
Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Okay. Um, well, truth be told, what you just did, right? Truth be told, when we're it's all about, it's all about misuse of power, right? That we're so upset with. So when we start realizing that the people who are misusing power, there's nothing to gain. They're not going to gain anything by doing it, right? There's nothing to lose. Nothing is going to change as long as you're misusing power or as long as we're in fear about power. There's nothing to gain and nothing to lose in fear and in misusing power, which is the two games going on, right? Okay, bottom line is the fear. It's not going to take you anywhere and it's not going to take anything from you. So I said that I elaborated on that part. What was the next part?
There's nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Move past seeing the negative.
Oh, yeah, move past seeing the negative. Well, let's face it, the negative is an easier cake to eat. That's the bottom line. I've often said, even since our time with the pandemic, there was a lot of what I call trauma bonding, which is we're all in this together, we're all suffering, it's all horrible. Oh, now I feel like I belong to something. Everyone felt like there was this feeling of it's horrible, it's negative, there's nothing we can do about it, so we're all just going to pile up and complain, right? This sucks, this is horrible, blah, blah, blah. We're doing it again, right? Because we want something to belong to. When we're disconnected and we don't feel that the light is our home base, love is our home base within us, then we're reaching, this is the old human way, reaching to belong to something. So it's very easy to belong to the negative and just go, yeah, did you hear what happened today? And yeah, isn't that horrible? Versus dropping in, which is what I do all the time with people when they go, can you believe? And I'm like, yeah, I can believe that. And you know what I'm creating over here? That's the antidote. This negative is happening. We have to be brave and bold enough, that fire horse year, brave and bold enough to go, and I'm creating this, and I'm so excited about it. What are you creating right now? I wouldn't be that way because then I sound obnoxious. But I'm always lemonading it into I know, and I am so thankful that I can keep creating what I'm creating, even if all that's going on. Now, is that spiritual bypass? Some might throw that out and say, yes, oh, you're just bypassing the fact that there's these horrible things going on and you don't want to be touched by them. No, I'm touched by them, but at the same time, if we're going to move out of survival, which is fear and misuse of power, we have to move into creation. What am I going to create? We all want this new world to come, right? What am I creating right now to move towards that? Even while all this, as you and I were talking earlier, all this is unraveling. Yep. Can we just see it as an unraveling to make space for more of this? Okay.
I'm going to put up a few figures in a second. I'll blow some sage. We'll do a survey says of loving beings, and you'll be able to bring in a few extra at your end as well. You're very connected, very good listener, very good for helping people dust off their pre-existing skills, whether you view it that way or not. I would argue everyone does have a race car as a heart. Some of us put it 25 parking garages away, 10 states away, or in another country. It got stolen, and it's in Cuba right now. Okay, here's some sage. If you haven't seen this before, I'm going to light this, and through two screens, no matter the year, the month, the day, you'll be able to smell some campfire smoke, sage. Try too hard, you'll get flowers, ocean, and you really want to go cray cray because you're just loosey goosey. You can get sparkles all around you. What will you allow for daily is what Susan's going to talk to us about essentially, but with angels in a second. Here's some sage. Are you ready, Susan? Are you already getting some, even though I don't have any smoke yet? We did this before the show. We've done it plenty of times previously. Let me know when you get a little bit of sage.
Yeah.
I'll stub it out.
I don't usually do that.
People can hit pause and then or repeat it or something. I
Yeah,
very
good idea.
very quick sage and still got to snub it out. I'll put up an angel named Joy. If you could either verbatim or let her work with you on a response. What is humankind, mankind? What do we all need to know right now as the waters get a little choppy?
Okay. So, what we need to know is roll with it. So think of a river raft, right? When the waters are smooth, you're like, oh, this is the best, it's peace. Then they get choppy, and what happens is you start getting all tense, holding on to the inner tube, whatever it is, and it makes everything constrict, right? But if you can roll with it, I'm going to give you a really fun example of a current story for me. I'm not a storyteller usually, but here we go. I was just in Grand Cayman Island leading a retreat, and every year we go to what's called Stingray City. It's southern stingrays. And you hold them. I get to hold them. So they're flat like a disc. And you put your hand underneath, sort of like their wings. Everyone can look them up later. They're not dangerous. One in a million gets stung because you do something stupid. I'm not afraid of them at all. You can look in their eyes and commune with them. But when you put your arms underneath, you lean back and you get close to them. So they're up against you. And then you have to go with it. And your whole body has to move with them. And then you can just dance in the ocean.
Hmm.
If if you're like, oh, whoa, they go away. They're like, no, we're not dancing with that. There has to be a fluid movement. And they're like, yeah, this is how we operate. This is how we operate in the fluid. So if we're feeling like aren't feeling fluid, well, you could get up and dance. That's the most obvious thing, but realize that a part of you is just afraid. That's all. Okay. And as the sage was coming in, I was aware more of the flame of your lighter than the sage.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that was cool. So this flame, wah, see how it's in constant motion, but it's not? It's as steady as they come, but in constant motion. You can't get it to be completely still, probably because of air currents or whatever. Imagine a flame in your heart. If you were to imagine the ongoing flame in your thymus heart area, the whole chakra, so to speak, in that area that never goes out, but it's moving. It's not stagnant. It's never going out. And that's what Joy was talking about, that there's a flame there and we can feel connected to the light of the universe. Because what I find is people will go, yeah, I want to connect to source, I want to connect to the light. Okay, good. Yeah, great. Uh-huh. How do I do that? Just have an image like a flame in your heart that is dancing and moving, and then let it guide you. And you go, oh, wow. Oh, okay. All right. It moves, but it's always present.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, another angel, Charlotte. What are you getting from her?
she's she's like open wide. She's going open wide. She goes, I like the color of your shirt, by the way. She said that. We're in the blue, aren't we? The blue of the flame. Oh, there you go. The blue of the flame. But she's just saying open wide. It's not as scary as you think. Part of our constriction is it's a bad world out there. It's a dangerous world. And it translates to it's a dangerous universe,
Mm.
right? We talk about protection all the time. I'm like, stop protecting yourself. It is not a dangerous world. It is not a dangerous universe that you need to protect yourself from. Open yourself and feel the currents of life expanding versus, well, wait, I have to put all these walls of boundaries and protections around me. It's like, no, you're losing out on life itself. Yeah.
And I'll add two sentences in English. Where you put your focus is where you put your focus, and how you spend your energy is how you spend your energy. Here's a third angel named Min or Minwala, the Lakota Sioux word for water, like Minnesota. She's Mother Hawaii-ish, soft-spoken professor, light waves of energy and water, oceany, Pacific princess, whatever you want to call her. There's Min. What are you getting from Min? And if you don't mind getting bathed in some very gentle oceanic light.
Yeah, that's easy since I was just in oceanic everything. Um, well, everybody that's watching this, being with this, in this, is getting something different, she's saying. So she's saying, I want you to say, Susan, I want you to say what's coming for you, but we're leaving a little space for each one to get what's uniquely theirs before they zero in on what I'm getting. So just take a moment, everyone, because she just shapeshifted completely after I said that.
And you can
I,
put a hand up and feel her vibe. Treat her like a fireplace, but you're not going to feel fire. You're going to feel like something else, sparkle, warmth, joy. And I have a photo of her on the wall over there. It's funny. It's this silhouette, more black and white tones, but it's like turtles and dolphins at the mall when you have that picture hanging. In Mallrats, the old movie from the 80s or 90s, there's a guy who can't leave the picture in the mall. He's staring. He can only see dolphins. But kids will come up, they'll be looking, and within a minute, they've shifted their focus, and the picture has two pictures in one. If you
mm,
just switch your focus, you'll see the other animal, or you step back. That's what this photo is. It's a one in a million.
I
If
agree.
yeah, if people leave their eyes on this image, as you go further back about 40 feet, 25 feet, you'll see a much larger version of her. So it's a one in a million. I was very lucky to be given that photo, real photograph here. So I did a lot of talking. What are you getting, Susan, for all of us now?
Well, she definitely shapeshifted into an ancient being that I had never seen before, and I've seen that card a number of times. All of a sudden, it was like, but it keeps moving back and forth between ancient being and uh, what do I want to call and firm foundation. So
She has a
ancient being,
serious background as a galactic note, like Orion, Andromeda, but Sirius is her
got
background.
it, got it. Yeah, yeah. She's just all present, all presence, but in a form. It's almost like she's showing up in a form that we've never seen before. Maybe because I've never seen it like this before. That's like everyone, all changing form, and let yourself do that. You're just all changing form. Yeah, and be okay with that. It's
I'll
not
do a
aging, it's changing form.
I'll do a bonus gentle figure, red shirt, historical figure, Lakota Sioux chief, very soft spoken, very, very beautiful. He's compassion,
Mhm.
compassion, compassion. And you can, without lighting anything, you can catch one of those 60 sacred smells: tobacco, sweetgrass, juniper, desert pinon, pine, cedar, tobacco, if I didn't say that. There's a lot of them.
Mm, mm.
What are you getting from Red Shirt for all of us?
Our compassion comes from seeing the bigger picture. We can't be compassionate just because we feel sorry for what's going on, that we feel the suffering. We're compassionate for the suffering. That's not true compassion. That's a little bit of sympathy, empathy. Oh, you poor thing. Kind of slight, curving into the victimization. But as he shows compassion, it's just an all knowing. It's an all knowing that from the eyes of, I don't know, God Almighty, don't usually use that phrase, God Almighty, there is a hand of holding for all of us. Because we often lose track, he's saying, of the fact that what's going on is all being held. Can we feel that it's all being held by something magnificent and clear and compassionate? When the astronauts did their journey, why do they get so um, life changing? Because they get into that larger energetic perspective of compassion that just feels, and they can't talk about it because it's like too weird to talk about it. There's this feeling of this embrace that they feel for planet Earth, And that's what I want everyone to feel is what he's bringing is this huge embrace. That's true compassion for what we're moving through, like a mother father compassion that says, yeah, it's rough going to kindergarten the first day, but this is a beautiful process you're in that will emerge and show itself. I compassion is I get it, I understand it, and it's a beautiful surround. Mhm.
And I'll do a Story Musgrave quote that NASA astronaut. I love giving this quote. It might be my most used quote, and I'll do a public service announcement because we're going to have something spontaneously come up from you next after this quote. It may already start coming in. You can have your crew, galactic figures, spiritual guides, angels start influencing you and or suggesting something. But I'm going to mention that we've now had 300 shows come out on the main show, 300 episodes of the Angels
Great.
Positivity and Love show. We've got over 100 of the APL Spotlight series, 104 of those between my solo talks around almost 75, and then the 25, 26 mind, body, spirit panels. Those are really hard to put together. Susan, you've been on a few of those. People can check those out. They'll be in the fine print of the video. Those are three amazing experts coming on, and it's always beautiful. People should really check those out, including joint seeing, joint feeling, joint hearing
Yeah,
between the groups. So there's a
yeah,
lot that goes on
yeah.
there.
The
So it's
Unifies.
500 total tapings in three
Mhm.
years, three months, and we're plugging this because we've not publicly celebrated hitting the 3,000 subscriber mark either.
Ah.
And I feel like there was still one more thing that we hit, but I can't remember what it is. I
Yay!
It was another number, but numbers don't define us, just as the external world doesn't define you. Here's the quote from Story Musgrave, NASA astronaut: "Getting out of the comfortable path. That's what exploration is all about." Can you put that into plainer terms for all of us daily?
We were designed as souls. We came as souls for the adventure of life, purely for the adventure of a physical consciousness creating through a body. So, if we're in the adventure field, getting out of the guardrails of our comfort zone, that's when we know our soul can move. When we're in our comfort zone, our soul gets stagnant because it's designed for change and adventure and movement out of our routine, so to speak.
Ooh.
Doesn't mean it's uncomfortable. It doesn't mean that you're riding on a roller coaster every second, right? That's what we're sort of, or out of control is what it feels like, right? Out of control just means we're out of our headspace, our known comfort zone, and expanding, right? Like Charlotte said, expanding into spatial you that can connect to everything everywhere all at once. We talk about infinite possibilities now endlessly. But the infinite possibility zone is that expanded sense of I have no idea where I'm going, what's happening, how it's all going to work out. Then you have capability of your soul really coming in and going, what about this? What about this? We've heard you. You've been talking about doing this or being this or opening that. We hear you. Are you ready to actually step into it now? But you have to expand into that soulfulness to do it. Yeah.
With your permission, do you mind closing your eyes on this one? It'll be golden light coming in. Uh, Orange light. I get everything wrong today. Whoops. It's orange light today. Her name is Grace. She's a light being. There's Grace the angel. She's rainbow light. She's amazing. Anybody wants to bring her in as well, more the merrier. Have Archangel Michael come in if you're unsure about all of this, or anybody that you love, your grandmother passed over, anybody. But Grace the light being, she's enthusiasm. Orange light.
Mm.
And if you don't mind getting bathed in at least a soft bit of creamsicle, orange creamsicle light, or you're like, no, I can use a big shot of enthusiasm. Bubbles everywhere, feel vortices of light coming in. She can go fun and elegant. But out of all that, will there be an uplifting message you could share that's also from your end? You've been traveling the universe, is the best way I know how to say it, for a long time.
Okay. Yeah, enthusiasm is not what the human world has called enthusiastic. It's sort of like bliss is not the what the human world calls bliss, which is just a shot of something that you fall from. Okay. So enthusiasm, I want you to feel the petal. I wish I had a flower here to show the example. The flower of but a flower petal opening. In the spring, there's lots of that. That opening is enthusiasm. It's like, yes, let there be light. Yes, I am open to more light. Yes, oh my gosh, this is not just satisfying, but uplifting. That's true enthusiasm. It comes as a process of opening versus yeehaw. Oh dear, disappointment. Yeehaw, disappointment, right? It's that emergence. Emergence. Oh, it's better, 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 better. Oh, I can handle that much better. Oh, I can handle even more betterness. Oh, I can handle even. Ooh, that's enthusiasm, is what she's saying. Yeah, that's a good one. That was a good one. Yeah.
And
Hmm.
then I'll be geeky. I'm going to try to show these are not the best photos, but the garden's been very good, very fast this year. In Texas, I've had sunflower seeds start to pop up as early as I think the record is January 8th. Usually by February 8th, spring has
Hmm.
started. So I have full-grown butterfly sage bushes by the fence, and I'll just try to blow it up a little bit. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
they're huge, and I've got bees
Ah,
buzzing all around. The little guy right there is lantana, and he's already twice that size.
wow.
The other little ones are more wild sage that never get that thick. But then
Hmm.
my garden, which is supposed to be tomato plants and more vegetables, is not. I went full-fledged, red sage. I've got orange California poppies, butterfly
Yay.
sage, Pride of Barbados. You can see the fern-like things,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
but they're tall. I mean, some are already head height. Which is incredible for this early to have. We had like 9 inches of rain over 5 to 10 days,
Ah,
so that
ah,
helped. And we don't get that rain
wow.
too often.
Wow.
There's a point to all
Wow.
this. Nature, flowers, and being in the moment. I'm going to put up an angel named Mac. Don't call her Mackenzie. She's got a Pleiadian background. I know that may make it more complex for people trying to grasp angels, but they have all different sizes, shapes, colors. They live within you and around you. They technically learn from us, even though from our perspective they're perfect, and they come from all over. They don't interfere unless you invite help. But here's Mac. Don't call her Mackenzie. Everything plants, animals, and nature. Can we somehow tie this all together? There was must have been a reason I was showing gardens and flowers in addition to your metaphor earlier.
Mm. So what she's showing is if people could just sort of feel there's like this layers of nature. If you were to look at a single cell amoeba within each of us, it's that complex, it's that exquisite, it's that enthusiastic for receiving life and light and the energy. Every little uh, particle, atom, down to the atom, and I think there's something smaller than an atom even that they've discovered, is teeming with life.
Hmm.
And if you also look at Mac, you can see that it feels like a whole universe, right? It's like, oh, that looks like a universe we have yet to explore that is alive, right? It's just got so much life teeming in it and coming out of it. And that's the nature of every cell in the universe, every cell in a human, even, and of course, every cell in nature is teeming with life, teeming with connection. It's the way we were made to be teeming with connection. Teeming, Teeming, and Teaming. That's like a Michael analogy for sure. Teaming, we're in a team at every level, right? And it's only where there's been a cloak, so to speak, that we've put over these cells in our body. And of course, that's part of what I help people do is unlock the cloak so the cells can team again. Yeah, team up with the cosmic. I like
So
it. I like it.
so people can be outstanding in their field with sunflowers. Okay, I'm borrowing from LA Story, Steve Martin, that comedy movie. Um, I'm going to put up Archangels next. Now, I don't know where this is going. It's rainbow light as the topic somehow, maybe how it's accessible. It's already here. And you're going to absolutely connect some dots or we'll do more. But I'm holding up four Archangels, rainbow pie slices, Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, Uriel. It doesn't matter who's who. There's three more off camera. And I'm going to blow and push a little bit of extra light. If you could allow rainbow light, rainbow sparkles to come around your area there. It's angels. Don't blame Canada. Don't blame me. Here it comes. I'm gonna blow a little. It'll either sound like nothing. My microphone will filter it out, but I'll inhale pretty loud to start the process. See if you can just feel extra energy sparkles coming your way. Here it comes. Susan, did you get a little whoosh?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. And then what do the archangels say about all this, plus rainbow light, plus how do we let go more?
Mm. Well, they're definitely showing, oddly enough, they're showing a team spirit. It's unification. It really is unify. How do we, and I would say one of the things, I sort of talked about it earlier a bit, is teaming up with others. And I know we're all starving for that, that sense of being with others who see us and get us and know us. Look at all that. Cool. Yeah. And the feeling that we are seen and understood by these archangels, they're not just something out there that we pray to,
Hmm.
they see us. So feel that they see us, they see you for all that you are just as much as you want to see them for all that they have to provide, right? And it's that unified field. And it's not just a concept. We talk about oneness and unity, and it just sort of makes me like, that's not it. That's a concept. Can you, with the person you're next to, divulge a little bit deeper sense of yourself with them? Come a little closer in communication and communion with your fellow archangel on earth. Because each soul on earth, you could say, I feel like, they're my neighbor, but I don't know how they think and stuff like that. It's like, what if you saw them as an integral part of the unified field and you just connected soul to soul with them? Instead of going, yeah, but they have different beliefs, they have different cultures, they're probably this political or that. It's crazy, right? Crazy how we separate ourselves. When I travel, and having just come back from Grand Cayman Island, where there's a lot of, they call them Kimamans, and natives and people from, actually, there's a ton of people from all over the world. I'm not talking the tourists, I'm talking about the people that live there. You go to a place like that that is happy and friendly. You could say, well, yeah, it's out of the US, it's not having to deal with this stuff. That's not the point. They are happy and friendly because that's what the cells in their body say is the most productive thing to do, is to just do love. Kindness, love, all of that. It's just in their nature, right? So we learn from the fact that that can be there even when they're having some difficulties as well, right? We know that things like what we talk about with gas prices is impacting the whole world. Now, the beauty of that is it's bringing the whole world together. We're all in this together. It isn't they're having troubles and we're not. It's like we're all in this together. And that's what's coming to focus in this craziness that's going on. And we're just like the pandemic brought us together, this is bringing us together. Whatever it takes to bring us together in recognizing that love is the only thing there is, and that's what's coming out of this is more love, then okay, fine. We'll walk it. We'll walk that path.
We're about to come back to more archangels, but we'll segue into a couple more Native American chiefs. But first, a couple quotes. Uh, Show love always. That's about one of the top 15 things I can remember in almost 15 years. Show love always. Good luck with that. Thinking gets in the way. You know something, but love is pretty all-encompassing. The next quote is about just that. I got it out of a Netflix film 10 years ago. Can't remember which one, but I jumped up when I heard it and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I love this quote." In the end, love is what shows us life in different colors. I think you were just saying that. And I'll do two more random quotes. I have one over here. Slowing down helps kindle compassion and creates joy. An angel named Heather said that. And the work along the path leads to compassion and joy. Dolnaife said that. He happens to be the next figure. The work along the
Hello.
path leads to compassion and joy. Here's Dolnaife. Wisdom with some humor, like a mountain range. You can start catching something sacred in the air. It might be juniper, desert pinon, the smell of the desert after it rains in Arizona. It could be anything. And here's Dull Knife up close for you. Oh my God, you're the best, Susan. Good laugh. And for the audience, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Oh, that was the other thing. We broke, I probably said this already, we broke 3,000 subscribers. So if you'd like to care, subscribe, share, blah, 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 do it. But point
Do
somebody.
just do it.
Yeah, point somebody to the show. Well, that's Geronimo, our next guest. He says just do it all the time. He's like,
Uh,
just do it. He's action, dry wit, humor. Okay, what Dull Knife is very special for you right now. What are you getting from Dull Knife?
Now I have to go back to what it was because I got into just do it. Um, what made me laugh? What made me laugh? Oh, he he has that spirit of you're really going to take this all so seriously? You're really going to take this all so seriously? How does that serve anybody? How does that serve anybody to take it all so seriously when we all know that love is what matters? That's what we're here to develop in our lives. And as we say on our deathbed, it's who we loved, how we loved that mattered the most. And you're taking all this so seriously. You know, when you're on your deathbed, you're going to go, God, I wish they just had not done in Minneapolis or whatever. It's not what you're going to be doing. But I do know that sometimes people get confused. They're like, how do you love when all of this is going on? Well, love is not, you could say, yes, it's a verb. But if you were to just for a moment, everybody, go into that heart of yours with that flame there, and bring that flame a little bit further back, like a sacred heart, space almost near your spine where you bring us flame in. And then you see a flame out in the universe that's corresponding, teeming with your flame. Okay? And as you do that, you feel that sense of, ah, ah. You just start resting in something deeper. You just start resting in something deeper. That's love. Doesn't have to be so complex. And the rest is just the silly stuff that's outside of love that he's pointing to.
Two more photographs after this photograph, but one of them will be an older Geronimo. Here's younger Geronimo. pure action, dry wit, humor, instead of the formal yes, no, proper thing, like red shirt and dull knife. He's more like, yeah, nah, duh. You already know the answer. Very smart alecky. If you like the Bowery Boys from the 1930s, those films, he can do that type of lingo. If I poured a little demi-tasse of coffee in the morning for him, a little bit of coffee for the three chiefs, I'll hear fill her up, bub. 1950s talk. Who says that anymore? So he has a way of reaching you that leaves you chuckling, marveling. He steals the show in a way. But this is younger, more fierce Geronimo.
Mm.
And what are you getting from him?
Well, as you were speaking, I was like, well, there's Robin Williams.
Oh my God.
I know. There's Robin Williams. Just one of my favorite phrases is to be a warrior for creation. Just be a warrior for creation. And he as Robin Williams, think of how creative Robin Williams was. He was his own unique expression. And do not go, oh yeah, but Robin Williams was crazy, blah, blah, blah. Before he got to that point, he did years of opening up creativity and joy for all of us, right? And being your unique self and not taking things very seriously, right? So this guy is just going, hmm. I mean, he's like, what? There's still a little bit of that, just get on with what's yours to get on with. Yeah, just get on with what's yours. I'm doing it. That's what he's doing. I'm doing it. I'm getting on with what's mine to do. Yeah.
That inner, fearless, peaceful warrior path, being in your heart, staying there. You've got those other voices. But as
Mm-hmm.
he's put it, a true warrior doesn't listen to those voices. You stay the course.
Right.
Here's
Right.
older Geronimo. Let him
Oh
really come
yeah.
in.
Oh yeah.
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 And
Yeah.
what's a mantra he wants to share with you? It might be a different one private for you. And then what's a public one for all of us? I just got a curse word like blank them. Do what you got to do. Stay in your heart. Cultivate joy. Cultivate living. The first time he cursed 10 years ago, I'm like, oh my God, I'm out of business. I was in a panic. I was like, oh, I was like, we've got cursing spirit guides.
Yeah, mine's not quite as like that, but it's just sort of like just know what you know and hold that truth for yourself. And don't let all these different opinions running around, take you off course, right? There's so many, um, every time something happens in the world, there's 6 million ways to view it, right? What it means. And he's like, just stay with what you know and listen in your heart and gut to what you know and hold that. Yeah.
Well, final photo for you, but I've got two quotes
Wow.
for food for thought, and then we'll shift it up a little and start to wrap it up. But it'll be archangels, all of them, plus Metatron, the little guy in the back. But here are your two quotes. Compassion brings success, and learn to take life really one moment at a time. And so here are all the archangels. I was sitting in my first Austin home. I'm in San Antonio, an hour and a half south now. It's nighttime. I hear step out back and take a photo over the house. I'm like, okay. I like, thank God I wasn't in a stage like a 12, 14-year-old or whatever that is, where you're like talking back. You're like, no, I'm not going to go grab my Sure Shot camera and take a photo. I
Right.
took a great photo. Okay, here's all the archangels over the house, and the little guy in the back is Metatron. If anybody wants to put a hand out and feel, you can feel it's a vortice. You can feel a lot of light and love, but what do they say? How to keep it simple, how to keep it light.
And what were those two phrases you said just a minute ago? I want
Ooh,
to.
compassion brings success.
That's right.
Learn to take life really one moment at a time.
Okay, so really it's just about living from your deeper heart is going to be your most successful path. We've separated those two. Especially as women, there's this feeling, well, you can be compassionate and, give, or you can be successful, like you're masculine. It's like, no, you put the two together. When you're in your deeper heart and honor your deeper heart, you've got the masculine, feminine going together. We're in this together. I'm going to honor my heart and my deepest heart, and that's what's going to take me there. Then you've got both going on. It's not so separate. Yeah.
I'll do one interactive thing. You get a dad joke out of it. Hopefully, you haven't heard this one in a while. I've told you all my dad jokes. I told a new one before the show. I'll show a little bit of light between my fingers. It's out of the movie Celestine Prophecy, yes, but they were doing this before the movie existed. And in India, they do it this way. And I just taped Barnett Bain, whose show is coming out around the time yours is in June, I think. He did direct Celestine Prophecy. He did direct, I think I got this right, What Dreams May Come, or
Ah,
he was a senior producer or whatever. But I mean, he views it as his films.
oh,
And you know, he talked about this a little when he appeared. The point is, light is everywhere. See a little bit of light. If you can allow for an object to come in there, have some extra fun, and let's take it out an extra step. Let's extrapolate. The universe is really big. You can get a little bit of light and sparkles and pixie dust or just glitter extra around you with messaging in it. You can let it go into your quantum field. You can feel uplifted. So, all the time you spent with us on this show, you're like, wow, I didn't have to go to the Grand Caymans to get uplifted all over again. We saved you a flight and the extra fuel expense, the surcharges that are coming in. So, the dad joke. Where in a hospital is the worst place to play hide and seek? Where?
ooh,
In the ICU.
okay. There you
Okay,
go. There
I'll
you go.
show a little bit of light. People just breathe, relax. If you have to do the chubby checker, no one's looking at you. You're at home safely in the apartment, at the park, in the house, watching at work. Do the chubby checker, Elvis. You know, if you're in front of the avocados at the supermarket, perfect. If you do the chubby checker, shake, Elvis, shake those hips, everyone's gonna laugh around you. You're gonna laugh. That's letting go. Here comes a little bit of light. See with all of you. See with your heart. You already are doing this, whether you know it or not. And
Oh,
one more dad joke, faintly with a fainter voice. Where did I get all my dad jokes? How? Back at university in Cape Town, I double majored in cloning and hide and seek. I never finished the program. I had to take a year off to find myself. Cloning, hide and seek. Okay. See a little bit of light between my fingers. Susan, what are you seeing initially?
oh, there it is. I'm seeing a stream in your left finger coming out of your left finger more than and nothing from the right,
Ooh,
which
that's
is
perfect.
fun.
Okay, now are we getting connected?
Uh, it's wanting to get connected. Something in your right finger is well, I think it's representing that there's light even in what looks dark. There we go. So the right finger, even though it looks dark, is a creative void.
Ooh.
So anything can come into it. So we're going to ask there we go. Now we're going to ask your right finger, there we go, to bring it in. And now it has.
Okay, now what are you seeing if you don't mind describing it for everybody?
Yeah, there's more light from the other, both sides coming in, more light coming in and now they're coming together and unifying as one light, even though they're uniquely lit up differently, which allows have everybody feel that sense or just feel that sense in your heart that all is well, even though there's swirling and light here and dark there and a little more light here and a little less light there and all that, all is well. It's a movement, it's a process, it's a change, and that's okay. It's all okay.
That might have been the most sophisticated, unique, original, and fun and creative description ever. Thank you for that.
Whoa, you're welcome.
I need a team of analysts to come in and go back over it with me. I always need a little more explaining. Okay, If you don't mind putting a hand out at your end and allow one of your guides to come in, it could be the woman from Sirius just before the show, not trying to sound too serious, the woman with the flowing gown. Put another hand out and make sure one of your ringers comes in, though. You've got a bunch of experience under your belt, travel all over, eyes closed, eyes open, probably, and more. So you're a veteran at all this. But if you don't mind having one or two influencers, as we'll call them, come in. What's a
Yeah.
couple ways we can start to wrap this up? Reminders for everyone again, maybe not to take themselves or anyone else too seriously. Obviously, take steps you have to take, but there's something bigger going on here.
Well, this rock that's in front of me is standing out. What do you see this fun thing? Now it's my turn to do show and tell. So see how it's a heart?
Ooh.
It looks almost blue. It's actually gray, but in the picture, doesn't that look blue?
It looks blue to me.
Oh, it is not. So there you go.
Aw.
So see the shape in the middle? That's a heart shape in the middle of the heart, right?
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So what it's saying to me is as you stay in your heart, that's where you find the light at the end of the tunnel. Because right now you could say, well, there's in the middle of the heart, there's this dark. It's dark in there. And that's what we're facing right now, a dark moment. And we go, oh, it's so dark. And there are still a ton of people, sadly enough, thinking that this is the end of the world, like it's a fear that it's the end of the world. They're not thinking it. There's a fear that it's the end of the world. And yes, it's the end of a world, but we have to go through this tunnel to get to the other side of whatever it is we already created on this side. We have to go through a ton of unknown. And as
Ooh.
I look at it through here, I'm like, God, the person would have to crawl through there to get through there.
And so I have Heather. We'll bring Heather in. She makes hearts in her photos, and even her name, Heather, is the word heart with a few extra letters rearranged. I'm going to put something out, though, that has been a popular example I give to different guests, and I love getting different answers. Three separate mentions or stories, or each one can be 20 seconds. There's Elizabeth April online at Instagram that you can see who's a remote viewer. She's sharing an experience she had with her child, I think in 2025, 2026. She's with another adult in the room, and she puts a marble into the child's hand, like under 6 years old. And the child says one. A second marble, two. Third marble, three. Two witnesses. Fourth marble, four. Fifth marble, the child says four. There's only four marbles in there. Time went, whoop, little split. Um, Celestine Prophecy, the movie, the moment where the vibration, the soldiers are looking for the good guys in the jungle, group of high vibe people who raise their vibe so much that they go invisible. The soldiers pass right by. Now, there's a little more to the story. They actually come back. One of them gets fearful and they spot that person. But the point is, raise your vibe, go invisible. The soldiers pass right by. They don't see them. The third
Mm.
is Cynthia Sue Larson's been a guest on the show at least once or twice. There's taping her second or third episode. She's got the Mandela effect. It's not Mandela, it's Nelson Mandela. Whoops, I'm bad. Um, and people used to think that Nelson Mandela, they remember him passing in prison, but he didn't. He got out. Or the Luke, I'm your father, Star Wars. There's two different memories of what the actual wording is. And yet, in a way, we all create our own reality. She had a couple write into her newsletter an ER visit, a husband, wife, very high vibe, I guess. He gets cut, has to call the ambulance, two paramedics. He gets temporary help. They know that this emergency room is packed 24/7. It is a big deal to go there. Grand Central. They get there, every stall is empty. The two nurses are totally nice. Time flies by, 4 or 5 hours. They don't see anybody except for the two nurses, two paramedics. That was their entire experience. They zipped in, zipped out. Their timeline was entirely different. Now I'm going to bring your this is like the lifeline, not that you need it in any way in the game show, but here's Heather. Which photo do you prefer today?
The phone one.
The phone one. Okay. Let Heather and you sort this out for us, how important it is to create your own reality.
Well, completely.
That's it. Nice show. Okay.
Completely. To just to as one of the guides, know what you know, create your reality. Just just be your reality. This is my reality, and I hold it so that the reflection of it in the world and in the universe can all team together. My reality just aligns with the cosmos of my making and the earth plane of my making, and it all comes together. So we're doing this for the universe, for the earth, for humanity, creating our reality.
And there's your
It's
heart within a
real.
heart, by the way,
I
Susan.
know, I know. It's
Well,
the only thing that's real is
it's
creating
been
reality.
it's been wonderful having you on. Can you leave us with just one more quick
Oh,
observation, reminder,
no.
or cheerleading moment, if you don't mind?
Sure, because I'm a cheerleader. It flicked in earlier. Hmm. My favorite movie is Pretty Woman
Mm,
because the lines in there are so great. Julia Roberts gets into the elevator and says to Richard Gere, I don't know what their names were, it didn't matter. It was them. If I forget to tell you, I had a great time.
mm.
So we can apply that. I love that just, for interactions with people, but just apply that in the morning you wake up. If I forget to tell you, guides, I had a great time. I'm having a great time. As a mantra, I'm having a great time. If I forget to tell you, I promise I'll stop forgetting to tell you because I want to tell you. At the end of the day, I want to tell you what a great time it is being with all of you, whether I know you or not. It's a great time. Yeah, that will lift the vibration.
I love it. What a great
Mhm.
way to end the show. And Susan, you're a fantastic guest. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming on.
you. It's so fun creating with you our reality.
Thank you, Susan.